but before your debut, Hog Wild 1996 takes place in Sturgis, and Hogan wins the WCW World Title and spray paints it. Huge heat, absolutely unstoppable momentum here for the NWO. Ted, this heel turn for Hogan, affiliation with the NWO, it would be a huge career resurgence for him. You know, all of a sudden, crowds were booing Hulk Hogan here in WCW up until this heel turn. When he was a babyface, he was getting booed because people were just getting tired of his shtick. It'd been happening for 12 years. And now all of a sudden, his career he's right back on top, but now he's on the other side as a heel. As you're seeing this, are you thinking like, hey, maybe it's going to be a big resurgence for me in my career when I come in?
I don't know if I saw it so much that way. I by that time, it's kind of like I grew up in the business. I had put in, 20, by the time it was all over, I think 20 years. I started, okay, what would it be? I started in the summer of 75. So 75, 85, and what was this, 94 or 95?
96.
It was 96. So it's okay. 75, 85, 95. So 21 years.
That's a good long career.
Yeah. And by that time, I'm not. It's kind of
you're not looking for a big resurgence.
No. I'm not looking for a big resurgence. But I mean, in terms for Hulk, though, the deal with him turning heel, and I think he would agree with it. That was the right thing to do because and again, back in the old territorial days of wrestling, the reason guys moved around like that was things get old. So it was like you would wrestle in one territory. Maybe you spent a year there, or it depended on who you were, or how over you were, or maybe you spent a couple of years there. But then after a couple of years, you would leave. You'd go somewhere. You'd go to another territory where you're fresh and new because it was all regional television. And, you'd go from Georgia Championship Wrestling. Of course, Georgia was the first place that had the coast to coast cable anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But you worked for Mid-South for Bill Watts for a couple of years. And, you wore out your welcome, so to speak. So you go somewhere else and you wrestle for a year or two. And then when they bring you back, you're fresh again. That's how wrestling used to be. So, because everything, too much of a good thing gets old, right?
Right.
So you just got to change things. So, like again, Hogan had been the guy. I mean, for how many years?
12 at this point.
12 years of this, big baby face, good guy Hulk Hogan. And yeah, it was time. It was like, show me, like, okay, we've seen this. Let's get something new. Well, he turns heel. He's brand new again.